Good morning, guys. Welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing? Monday, September 22nd. First thing we want to do today is check Forex Factory, see if we got any news going on today. So Monday, we got FMOC member Williams speaking at 9:45, Muslim speaking at 10, and several other members speaking around lunchtime Eastern time. Um, So market opens in about 5 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to wait the first 15 minutes before we even start looking for a trade. Um, let's go over the current promotions that are going on. SaveOnPropFirms.com. So we got Apex Trader Funding currently 80% off all accounts, 1 day pass. That's good till September 23rd. Then we have Buell Knox 91% off option 1 accounts, which are 1 day pass, and we also have 75% off option 2, which is their end of day accounts. Day Traders is back with 90% off trailing, 80% off static, and 40% off straight to funded. Funded Futures Network is 50% off all accounts, no activation fee, and buy one get one free. Funded Next Futures is 10% off all accounts, no activation fee, and they have a 100% profit split. Then Funded Ticks is 20% off all accounts. You can get paid in 5 days in the Pro Plus account. Then we've got Lucid, which is 40% off Lucid Test with 5 day payouts, 30% off Lucid Direct if you want to skip the evaluation with 8 day payouts, both of those in October 5th. My Funded Futures, 5% off everything, Core, Scale, and Pro, resets, all of it. Fidus Prop Firm, 80% off OTP, which is one-time payment accounts, no activation fee. Then they've also got 60% off their regular evaluation accounts. You can have up to 15 fundeds with them. You can do 5 fundamental, 5 swing, and 5 static accounts. Then we've got Take Profit Trader, daily payouts with them, uncapped, no consistency. Does take 5 days to pass the evaluation. So you got 40% off all accounts and no activation fee. You can trade up to 5 accounts, so you can get funded with a 50K account with daily payouts with no consistency for $102. You can't beat that. The futures desk just launched a sale this morning, 70% off all static accounts and 50% off all end of day accounts. They have no funded setup fee. Tick Tick Trader is 30% off S2F Plus accounts, 25% off their regular S2F, and 25% off their evaluations. Trade Day is 30% off all accounts with no activation fee and daily payouts. And Tradeify is 30% off all accounts. So let's hop back over here to the market and do a little bit of analysis. So we're going to remove all last week's drawings. So in Q, we had a low down here with a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then we shifted to a lower high and a lower low. Morning, how you doing? So high time frame looks like we might be going lower, but we are also touching the 1 hour VWAP, meaning we may continue lower, or if we close above this 1 hour VWAP, we may see new all-time highs. ES on the 1 hour, we've got Low down here, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we had a shift to a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It's the make or break it here with the 1 hour VWAP. So if we come back over here and we look at Asia and London. So good morning, guys. How you doing? We can see that ES, we formed Asia high and low in the overnight session, and ES came down during London and we slept the Asia low. And since that sweep, we have been kind of consolidating here. In Q, also swept Asia lows during London, but did not sweep Asia highs. So market is now open. What we would like to do is wait about 15 minutes here and see what the market wants to give us. If we go back to Forex Factory, like I talked about at the beginning of the stream, we do have 2 Fed speaker yellow folder events around 9:45 to 10 o'clock. So kind of play it safe here, wait for a setup to come to us. Everybody have a good weekend. I'm going to go ahead and mark this out. But on ES, we have some psychological support here. Very important key level at 6,700. Price will gravitate there. In Q, we also have some psychological support here around 24.8. So those are 2 very important areas on NQ and ES. We've got NQ going up here and taking London high, where ES has not. If you guys haven't, please like the video, drop a message in the chat. We've currently got about 3 or 4 viewers. If we get 10, we'll do a giveaway for an Apex account. Winner can get any account size of their choice. But you can't be a ghost. You gotta like it. You gotta drop a message in the chat. You gotta be present. Waiting the first 15 minutes, letting this riffraff get out the way. The initial volatility off the open. Can't tell you how many accounts I've lost trying to trade this madness. How you doing? Everybody have a good weekend. All right, so far off the open, we had NQ push up and take London high. ES has not taken London high. We have psychological support around the 24.8 area. Would like to see price remain above 24.8 to stay bullish on NQ. And on ES, I would like to see price remain above the 6,700 psychological support to remain bullish on it. If we throw a fib up on the previous day high and low, you can see we're right around the equilibrium area. Price is rather choppy before it breaks to or makes a distance in between those, but that's on ES. So on NQ, we are not around equilibrium. We can see that price retraced down into a discount and is moving higher to deliver to a premium. So what I would like to see here, what I'm kind of envisioning happening with this price action, is I would like to see NQ move up, take Asia high and the previous day high, previous week high, and all-time high, and then do something like this and come back down while also forming an SMT on ES. So this is the delivery that we saw on Friday. We had ES at the highs. Got about 5, 6 people viewing the video right now. So if you're new, stopping in, hit the subscribe, drop a message in the chat, like the video. We get about 10 viewers in here and a little bit of chat going on and some back and forth. I'll do a giveaway for an Apex account once we get up to 10 people. You can pick any account size of your choice if you win from 25K to 300K. Have a couple of those to give away, so. Also have accounts from several other prop firms. We got Tick Tick Trader, Trade Day, My Funded Futures. Just got to let the stream here build up some viewers. YouTube been dormant for a while, so just firing it back up. So it's going to take a while to get a little bit of traction. Seeing a pullback here on NQ after taking London high. We also have SMT that formed. So you can see here on NQ that London high was swept. Whereas if we come over here to ES, we can see that the London high was not taken. And when we see an SMT like that, that's the market telling you its hands that, hey, we're about to see some type of reversal here. But looking at this week's red folder events, so today just FMO speakers, yellow folders. Then we've got Tuesday, we've got PMI. And then we got, Papa Powell, Fed Powell, the man, the myth, the legend, speaking at 12:35 on Tuesday. That's one that you might want to be flat around. Then we got GDP and unemployment on Thursday at 8:30 and PCE on Friday. So today and Wednesday is the only non-red folder days. So we can see here we had a retracement on NQ after taking London high there. Price has retraced into, we can go ahead and call it this 5-minute singular fair value gap, and has respected the fair value gap. No body has gone down or closed below. We also have VWAP acting as support with 24.8, price acting as support underneath that. I'd like to see this 1-minute fair value gap inverse. So I'd like to see a candle body close above this 1-minute fair value gap. And then price will probably come up here, take Asia highs as well as previous day high. If we do not inverse this fair value gap, we're going to be going lower. just slap some labels on here. If we see this bad boy inverse right here, oops, we see this 1 minute inverse here with a candle body close above this fair value gap, invalidating it and inversing it, price will continue up over previous day high. So we just got our candle close there on NQ, so this has flipped to an inverse. So we have a 1 minute inverse fair value gap. Where ES has also inversed. That's nice. That's what we want to see. So like I said in the beginning, with my original thesis here, I'd like to see price push up, push above Asia high, previous day high, and then look for a reversal trade down. Checking out some stocks that I've got in the IRA. So Tesla is up over $13 right now, 3% on the day. Nvidia down about $1. Facebook or Meta's up about $5. Amazon down. Microsoft down. Apple is up. Bitcoin is down. Ethereum down. Litecoin down. So right now we've got FMLC member Williams starting to speak at 9:45. So we could see some random volatility off of what he says. Good morning. How do you guys trade? ICT, trend lines, VWAP, breakout, momentum, supply and demand. If you guys haven't signed up for our giveaway through the Save on Prop Firms website, I'm going to drop that link in the chat. Make sure you are signed up for that. We're giving away 3 Apex accounts, any size, will be drawn randomly. Also, if we get up to about 10 live viewers on this stream here, we will do a giveaway for an Apex account live. So we had NQ make a new high here since the open, taking out the high that ran the London high. ES has also made a new high. We'd like to see ES continue up and take London high, Asia high, and then potentially previous day high. So we've got macro time coming up, 9:50, 10:10. So during this little window here is where I would like to see what I had suggested at the beginning of the stream play out. We'd like to see NQ push up over Asia high, previous day high, sweep that while forming an SMT with ES or YM for reversal play back down. As we are up here at all-time high levels. We can go ahead and get rid of this SMT marking that's no longer valid. Which prop firms are you guys trading with currently? You futures traders, forex traders, crypto traders? Any of y'all got any payouts past an evaluation? Apex and Buell Knox? Okay. You passed an evaluation with either or gotten a payout? I'm going to go ahead and mark out. We have psychological resistance around all-time highs or above all-time highs at 24.9 round whole numbers. That's where people like to set stops, set entries, things like that. So we've got psychological resistance up here, as well as psychological support at 24.8. Might help if I put this on the right spot, huh? $24.9. So we got NQ looking like price wants to reach up here for Asia highs. ES still hasn't even taken London high here. Got to pay out with Apex. That's what's up, man. Which region are you located in, Faye? Yeah, Viper, on Buell Knox, I've had several accounts that were eligible for payout on like day 5, day 6, and then done something stupid and tilted and ended up blowing the accounts. Then a lot of that trying to trade Asia or London overnight session and just absolutely annihilating counts that were in good standing. So now I do not trade Asia or London at all anymore. I only trade New York session, and I only trade from about 9:45, 10 o'clock till at the latest of lunchtime, and then I just get off the charts I have a daily max loss and daily profit target set for all my accounts, and if I get there before I get to noon, I quit trading. Over trading's also been a killer for me. Right now, the firms I'm trading with through Trade Syncer. I've also done, right now, I'm trading with Lucid here. That's my leader account. They are the Lucid Direct 150K straight to funded. I have 5 of those, so I'm maxed out there. I have 2 My Funded Futures core sim funded accounts that I took payouts from last night. I took one payout of 704 from one account and another payout of 638 from the other. When you take a payout out of those core accounts, it automatically moves your maximum loss level up to 50,100 or starting balance plus 100. So looking at the account balance of 50,600, I've got $500 worth of drawdown in each account. That's why I am simply trading micros in those. And now that I look at this, I'm going to ratio these down. I also have a 150K straight to funded account with Tradeify that's had 2 payouts, currently working on my 3rd. And then I have 20 Apex 300K evals that are about 307, roughly 307,000. So I got 13,000 more to go before I pass those accounts, but I have my full drawdown left. I've also traded with Top Step. Gotten several payouts from them. I've never traded with Top One. Tradeify, yes, you request a payout and they are cool. There's normally no delay, no reason to deny you. They just pay it, and that's what you want to see. All right, so coming back over here to the chart, we can see NQ pushed up here and took Asia highs. ES took London high but has not taken Asia high yet. So, looking at NQ, we are now inside of macro time as well. Yeah, there's a lot of drama around Top One. So we have SMT here. So on ES, we did not take Asia high. But on NQ, move this over, we did take Asia high. Okay. We are currently also inside of macro time from 9:50 to 10:10. We've got a singular 3-minute fair value gap here. Looking at the lower time frame on the 1 minute, that's also a 1 minute that kind of overlaps there with that 3 minute. I'm just going to rock with the 3 minute. But looking like we're going to continue up here. I'd like to see a push up all the way above previous day high. Get up there to that psychological resistance. But we're also inside of the macro here, so we may go ahead and see a move back down, but we didn't have any displacement on the lower time frame. I mean, NQ We had a nice rejection after taking Asia high, but we're having a nice recovery here. ES looking like it's going to go for Asia high and once higher. YM is totally discombobulated from the rest of the other two and not living in reality. YM is having a big push down here. NQ and ES are both moving up. It typically does that. So ES, we did not come up and take Asia high. NQ did. YM didn't even take London high. It moved down. NQ and ES moved up. I would say to look at the higher time frame to see if we're delivering from a higher time frame PD array. But there is no PD arrays really up here at all-time highs. It's just, are we going to make a new all-time high is about it. I mean, you could throw a fib up on these wicks here to kind of see where we might have a retracement point to a reversal, but with all-time highs, I'd rather not get in front of a moving bus, and just get ran the hell over. So I'm going to wait for an actual reversal signal. And right now on NQ, that would be a close under this 3-minute fair value gap here, where a 3-minute candle's body closes underneath. Looking at it, we also have 2 3-minutes here, stacked on top of each other with one singular 5-minute. I may play the 5. So NQ looking like it wants previous day high. Previous day high was 24,888, and price just tapped that but did not make a new high. ES still trying for Asia high here. How you doing, OVO? Anybody new that's turning into the stream? If you haven't signed up for our current giveaway through the Save on Prop Firms website, we're hosting an Apex giveaway for 3 accounts, any size of your choice. There'll be 3 winners, 1 account each. You can select a 25K to 300K. And once we get up to about 10 live viewers for a few minutes on this stream, I'll do a giveaway for an Apex account as well. We currently have 6. Need about 4 more. So if you were here at the beginning, my original thesis was for NQ to move up, take Asia high, take previous day high, take previous week high, and then have some kind of reversal back down here where ES was looking like it would stall with an SMT, so it would take London and Asia but not take the previous day high. That would be what I would like to see. So we did not make a new high on NQ. We did not take previous day high. It made exact equal highs at the exact same level, 24,888. And on ES, it also made, it did not take Asia high. It double topped at 6,720. Why did you get banned by Apex? Was it a region issue, or was it something else that went on? I mean, I heard top one right when they came onto the scene in the futures, they were good. They had very lax rules, very laid back, but then they made their rules too easy and they changed a bunch of stuff and started denying payouts and things like that. And I think it's kind of a slimy practice to start a firm with very, very lax rules and get a bunch of people trading at your firm and then pull the ultimate switch up on them and switch the rules up in the prop firm's favor. Um, get a bunch of people trading with you and coming in the door, and then you just change everything up on them. I don't really care for that. I mean, but the prop firm still has to survive in itself. They've got to make money too. And one thing compared to when I started trading prop firms back in 2022 to now 2025 is back in 2022, it was the Wild Wild West. The rules were very lax. You could do pretty much anything, and now there's a bunch of red tape you got to go through. All right, so ES. I don't know what's going on, but my whole computer's frozen here. Control Alt Delete. Hopefully it doesn't kick the stream off. There we go. Okay, and we're back. So ES just took Asia high. NQ did not take previous day high. It has also taken Asia high. It is now triple topped at 24,888. So ES swept Asia high, 6,720. Then we had a nice pushback down looking at that wick. YM making a new high here. YM has not taken London high or Asia high yet. It's completely disconnected from the rest of the two, doing its own thing. So still, like I said before, would like to see a push up over here over previous day high, with a psychological resistance at 24.9, where ES does not push above and YM does not push above, forming an SMT, and then a move back down. All right. We may not get up there to take it as far as the previous day high goes. So here's what I'm looking at for a potential entry. So the high of that candle, 65.75. So if we get a candle close below this 5-minute fair value gap low, I will be looking for a short entry on NQ. Stop would be 2 ticks above the high of this candle. And we've got some equal lows down here, but I'm not, I think we'll see a bounce around 24.8 psych level. So I'm going to go with one of my lucky numbers here. We're going to do 777.75 because we've got a bunch of lows down here which have already been swept, but where people want to place their stops for going long would probably be down there because I think that area is protected. So if someone got long going up here to the upside, they probably placed their stop down below here around this area thinking it was a protected area. So that's what we'll be interested in. So I'd be risking 66 ticks to make 286, which would be a 1 to 4.3. Price tapped into that 5-minute fair value gap. I'm seeing a nice pushback up here. You guys understand what I'm saying with this trade? What I'm looking for here? So we want to see this 5-minute fair value gap inverse here. So we would want to see this candle or the next 5-minute candle that's being formed. We want to see the body of the candle and not the wick close down here below the low of this 5-minute fair value gap. Then we would mark it into a short. Our stop would be 2 ticks above the high of this second candle in the 5-minute fair value gap formation. And our target would be a few points short of, well, almost 10 points short of these equal lows down here where long traders probably place their stops. So that's what I'm looking for. We just have to wait and see if that's what we get. I'm kind of liking this entry on the 1 minute too. We swept this high and we came down here. Price closed below this order block's low. Now we're seeing a retracement back into a fair value gap. If we get up here to 24,877, may look for a short. Risk about 30 ticks. And whoa. Okay. There's that level. I'm going to try a short here. What's going on? Why didn't any of my orders copy? There's something wrong with TradeSyncer. NQZ. NQZ. going to flatten this. Okay. Lead account, direct 003. Lead account, direct 003. Contract, NQZ. It's not even showing the P&L from that Lucid account. Anybody else use TradeSyncer? All right, disconnected my accounts from TradeSyncer and reconnected according to their Discord help. Now I can see the P&L. I'm not sure why nothing didn't copy. I mean, literally nothing copied. Don't like it when you don't like it when you go to place a trade or something and your software doesn't work right. Yeah, only 8 of these accounts are funded though, Faye. 20 of them are evals. Sorry guys, I'm arguing with Trade Thinker support right now, or talking to them. All right, glad I got out of that trade anyway. All right, now on NQ, we have swept previous day high, previous week high, all-time highs. ES has not made a new high like NQ did. So this thesis is out. All right, so here's what I'm thinking here. We got SMT at the highs. Okay, NQ made a new high. ES did not, but it looks like it's trying to. If it keeps from making that high, I'd like to see that SMT stay valid. Then I'd like to see this series of two 1 minute fair value gaps here get closed below. I'd like to see a 1 minute candle body close below this level and be interested in a short. Double top in here, ES taking a new high, so SMT is no longer valid. But we do have this psych resistance up here at the 24.9 area on NQ. Still only sitting at about 5 viewers, guys. Sorry I went quiet there for a while. Had to go back to Trade Sinker, Discord, and kind of ask them what was going on because I placed the trade down here on my leader Lucid 150K direct account. You can see that I made 116 on it, but I flattened it. But it did not copy to any of the other accounts. So they told me to disconnect and reconnect, which I've done. So we got NQ hitting this wall at 24.9. ES took out its high here, currently going for previous day high. YM doing its own thing like it does. As a reversal trader, somebody looking to get in with inverse fair value gaps, this going straight up doesn't really sync well with my strategy. So NQ broke above psychological resistance there at 24.9. So if it closes and stays above, we may see that resistance turn into support. So ES took out, or sorry, NQ took out previous day high, previous week high, all-time high. It took out all the highs. ES has not. It's still trying to take out previous day high here, which would also lead it to a new all-time high of here around 67.3150. Okay, we're seeing a push down here after breaking over 24.9. That's what I want to see. So right now, here's what I see. So we got SMT here, NQ, or sorry. If we look at it from the high time frames, I drew that wrong. So on the daily, we had NQ make a new high, going over previous day high. Looking at ES, we did not form a new high on the daily time frame. So we have high time frame SMT. And if we drop back over here to the 1 minute, we have a series of 1 minute fair value gaps here. We also have a singular 5 minute here. So we have a 5 minute, 5 minute fair value gap. So if price can stay below this 24.9, if bears can push us back down here, and we go off the thesis that I originally said, taking Asia high, previous day high, all-time high, and then hitting this wall at 24.9, look for a reversal trade here. So be interested in a short of something like this. We throw standard deviation here to give us our target. Would be interested in a short like that, but price looks like it just wants to continue up, so I'm not just going to blindlessly enter something unless we get some type of entry model that I'm looking for. That 5 minute fair value gap there aligns with these stacked 1 minutes. So that would be a hell of a trade, though, if we could hit that. If it gave us an entry model, I'd pull the trigger on it. Looking like price once higher. NQ stretching its wings here for a new high. ES going for previous day high. Checking the chart on Tesla again. It's now up $17 on the day. Apple is up 7 with the new iPhone coming out. Facebook only up about 30 cents. Amazon down, Microsoft down, Nvidia down. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin also down. Price gravitating towards that psychological resistance at 24.9. We do have a very small singular 1 minute fair value gap there on NQ right around the 24.9 area. But with ES not taking previous day high yet, that won't be something I'll be trying. Excuse me. Slow grind up. Take this. Maybe we'll take the stairs up and the elevator down. Coming up on another macro time here in a minute. Let's see, ES take previous day high, new all-time high, which would be 67.31.75. Would be one tick over. So let's just add an alert for that. Wait and see what happens here. If you're just tuning in, make sure you signed up for the giveaway on the Save on Prop Firms website, saveonpropfirms.com/giveaways. Giving away 3 any size Apex valves of your choice from 25K to 300K. Would like to give away some accounts here on stream, but we need about 10 viewers. This psychological resistance has now turned into psychological support. $24.9. ES got about roughly about 4 points. Just at about 4 points it needs to make a new all-time high. When we get that sweep, maybe signs of a reversal. YM did take London high. Finally, it has not taken Asia high yet, but it's rather close. It needs to break. Oh, excuse me. Needs to break over 46,610 area. And I think we just got it. Yep. So it has taken Asia high as well. Has not taken previous day high here. Set an alert for a cross above. About 4 minutes till macro starts. Yes. Real close. Taking previous day high. I'd like to see the sweep take place right inside the macro time, right around 10:50, 11:10, and then try to position ourselves for a short. Have a nice singular 3-minute here, which I like. Need about 3 ticks here. There we go. ES took previous day high, new all-time high. I would like something like that. Look for a reversal down in this macro where price comes down, body of a 3-minute candle closes below this 3-minute inverse. Then we take it down here to the sell side. And about 1 minute to the macro starts. Just very coincidental that the macro is going to start at the same time of ES making a new all-time high as well as NQ. YMs would need about another 100 points or 100 ticks here. Sorry, 100 points to take previous day high. So there we go. Macro time starting. High of this candle is 24,926.50, so we need 24,927. Entry would be somewhere around there. Target. Not going to prematurely enter because I think that's what's going to happen, but that's what I'd like to see happen to be interested in a short. There's nowhere really to get long up here. If I was to get long earlier, it should have been here when this inversed after we swept this low, or we inversed right here, but with all-time highs and not really having any target to aim for, I don't really like going long. But with that being said, you basically could have just went long at 9:30 open and held, and you'd be up a lot. Be up over about 100 points. Watching the 30-second time frame here. We inverse this. I'm going to take a short. We inversed it on the 32nd. Let's see how this candle closes first. So we got a 30-second set of inverses here. Two stacked. All right, we're going to enter. Remove our stop above this high. Our take profit 24.8 57.75. So entry was at 9:21.25. Take profit is 8:57.75. Stop is 31.50. Inside of a macro, inverse some 30 seconds. Only risking about 40 ticks for a chance to make 250 ticks, a 1 to 6.2. Very low risk trade here. What you guys think? Higher? Gonna get stopped out? Or we're gonna see a move down? Looking like we might just grind higher. ES made a new high there. Give us S&T. Give us a new high on ES, but not on NQ, and this is where the sell-off goes. That's what I want to see. Just dump it to my target there. Yep. Everything's bullish. All-time highs is definitely a tough one to trade. Every time I try to get in front of a moving train, I normally get ran over. Pretty close to getting ran over here, but only thing I'm seeing that might let it play out in my favor is the SMT. So ES, we made a new high. You know, but on NQ, we did not. $11 o'clock volatility coming in there. On the hour. And stopped. It's okay. Make sure we're flat on everything. All three indexes now green on the day. YM up about 50 points. NQ up 69. ES about 14 and a half. We'd like to see some type of retracement here. We just kind of been going straight vertical. Still inside this macro here. Singular 1 minute. Looking like we're kind of getting exhausted up here. I'm gonna hop in front of this moving train one more time right here since we just inversed this 1 minute fair value gap. I'm gonna put a sell right there. Two ticks, stop 2 ticks above the high, which is 38.25. Okay, entry was 929.25. Target 857.75. Looks like I might have been early to the party a minute ago. I'm just going to take hand off the mouse and see if this trade works out here. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, trying to find a good place to move my stop to break even. So we have no real good internal lows there, but on the 1 minute we have a decent one here around 90s. So we get down to 24,890. I will move stop the break even, slightly above break even to take the risk off. Currently have about 50 ticks on this trade. So if you just joined us, we went short on this trade. Price swept this high up here while forming a 1 minute fair value gap. Then price inverse the 1 minute fair value gap. We entered short. Stop is 2 ticks above the most recent high that took out this high over here, and we are targeting this area down here a few points short of this low, which is about the only 5-minute low that is there. But we are in a severe bullish uptrend at all-time highs. I said this before I entered. I was hopping in front of a moving train again, and that may be the case, may get stopped out. The main thing is, besides strategy, besides your psychology, you have to have good risk management. So if we get stopped out on this trade, we'll probably just call it a day. Don't want to risk losing too much of our balance. Want to live to trade another day tomorrow. So it's not good to have 2 or 3 losing trades in a row and then just go on tilt or all out trying to get back to green. I've lost so many counts trying to do that, and that is not the goal. Place 1 to 3 trades maximum and just walk away with that outcome, whether it be red or green. That's the goal. YM is going for a new all-time high on itself. Above 46,738 would be a new all-time high for it, taking out yesterday's previous day high. So we may need to see YM take this before the rest of the indexes get in sync for a move lower. Not sure what's going on with TradeSyncer here. That's what we want to see. Come on, big push. Let's go. Give us some big death candles right under 24.9. And pull the magnet out. Pull price down here in our favor. Tell that candle where it needs to go. That's what we want to see. Hammer that thing down. Currently up about 80 ticks on this trade here. Need to see price break and close underneath this psychological support of 24.9 for continuation lower. Them big round numbers like that, they're the one that draws the magnet in. If we hit this trade, it'll be nice though. 1 to almost 8, risking 1 to make 8. That'd be a hell of a trade. Be about almost 72 points on the target for a stop of 9 points. Be pretty damn sweet. And a little bit of a stall here, 24.910. Not a pattern trader, but ES is certainly showing a head and shoulders there. YM. So we have high time frame SMT, NQ and ES both made new all-time highs, taking out yesterday's previous day high. YM did not. So that's something we have going for us. Just going to have hands off the mouse here. Only time I'm going to actually do anything with this trade besides let it hit the stop or target is when we get to my break even line. I will move the stop up slightly above break even to take the risk off. Other than that, I'm just going to let it play out. So we throw a fib up on this last leg. 50% level almost lines perfectly with our target there. 50% is actually underneath, so I'd like to see a retrace down there. Currently about 90 ticks here. Now we need to see a push under the psychological support of 24.9. I need to see some displacement through it. We have high time frame SMT on the daily chart. NQ and ES both made a new high. I would have loved to see the stairs up, elevator down, but hopefully we just don't grind super slowly all the way down like we did up. Excuse me. Where are we going, guys? Where are we going? Is this just a retracement to continue higher? Or are we going lower? Things I like about this trade, like I said, we swept that high inside of the macro. During the sweep, we formed a 1 minute fair value gap. Then we had a nice displacement down close candle that closed below the 1 minute fair value gap, flipping it inverse. That's where we went short. Stop is 2 ticks above the high that swept that high, or 2 ticks above all-time high, daily high, whatever you want to call it. Target is a few points below the 50% retracement level and the sell side down here, which also aligns with the VWAP. We need price to get below 24.9 psychological support here and hit our break even line before we decide to move our stop. Where I am looking like it's still trying to get up there to make a new all-time high and take out previous day high. But I'd like to see that SMT hold. Give me more confluence into this trade. If that SMT does not hold, we may see continuation higher. So we have an alert set for a new all-time high on YM to let it notify us if we do make a new one. Anybody know any good sources or websites to put some non-copyrighted music on the stream? You know, just as some background music so it's not sitting here in silent. Listen to me heavily breathe or drink or chew some food. Anybody know of any of those? So Tick Tick Trader just dropped the new deal. I don't know if anyone is interested in a straight to funded plus account from them. They have 65% off all single S2F plus accounts on the 50K and 100K, and you get an extra 5% off if you pay with Skrill or crypto. So 70% off. Code is SOPF if you want to pick up one of those. Not liking how we're stalling out here, seeing quite a bit of a retracement. I would like to see a cleaner move down. But we're just going to let it play out. YM completely changed directions here. That's what we want to see. We want to see that daily SMT hold up where ES and NQ both took the daily high, but YM did not. That's what we want to see hold. Come on. coming up on 11:30 here. Looking like price wants to go higher. We just inverse that 1 minute fair value gap. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Like I said, hands off on the trade. Supporting my thesis here. I like the trade idea. Nice confluences. Started in a macro, ran highs, high time frame SMT, inverted a 1 minute fair value gap. Hasn't had a retracement all day. Ugh. I have my auto liquidation time set in Rhythmic for 12 o'clock Eastern, so got about 29 minutes left before I get liquidated anyway. So price looking like it wants higher. Come on, dump it. That's what we want to see. Come on, continue. There we go. Push it down under 900. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know what the news is or that sudden rush of volatility, but I'm liking it. 24.9 psychological support here. We need to see a push underneath and a close below. Once we get to my break even line, I will move my stop up above 2 ticks above this high that swept these highs right here. So stop will be moved to 24,926.50. Come on, baby. Push under 24.9. Anybody know what that news was? Or that sudden rush of volatility there? I mean, looking at Forex Factory, we had a speaker at 9:45 and 10, but the next speaker didn't come on until 12, so I don't know at a random 11:36, 11:30 what that was. That candle was 11:34 a.m. There we go. Breaking under 24.9 now, breaking down. We need a close below 24.9. Come on, give us a big push down. We need the bulls to completely lose control of 24.9 here. Displace through it. $24.9 holding. Acting like a magnet currently. Need to see a big push down here under 24.9. Our bulls may be able to recover here and take us to a new all-time high. ES currently hovering at yesterday's previous day high. At about 19 minutes left before I get liquidated. Will price be able to deliver to my target? Actually, if we take out this low here underneath 24.9 and we get a closure below 24.9, you can see on these candles that dipped below 24.9 here, these three candle formation, that nothing actually closed below 24.9 with the candle body, that it wicked back up. So if we can close below it here, I will actually move my stop loss up above this retracement high, which would be 24,917. Not liking this stall here. About 15 minutes left before I get liquidated from my personal daily risk settings. If we get a close below 24.9 by 11:50, I will let the trade work itself out. If we do not, I will probably flatten. Yes, just hanging out at yesterday's previous day high level, consolidating. We need to see a push below 24.9 and for 24.9 to hold down there for a move lower. Not a trend line trader, but I like to throw some up here to kind of see what we got going on. Excuse me. Got about 1 minute left here for 11:50. what I'm going to do with 9 minutes left is I'm going to go ahead and adjust this stop right here above this high. ES seems to be trying to make a move lower. It closed below previous day high, and Q just kind of seems stuck right here. YM looking like it's going to make a move lower. ES just made a new low there under previous day low. Welcome to the stream. Looking like we're going to get stopped out here. And stopped out in this consolidation.